So let's talk about the magazine a bit. Off-piste, you explained that means off-trail, and the focus of the magazine is backcountry skiing and off of the trail. So where do you cover? What's sort of your territory?
You know, the magazine will cover skiing all over the world. There's no real limitation to. The limitation is that it's outside of a ski area, and that it's. Although there's the occasional piece about using helicopters access or snowmobiles or what we call mechanized access, it's definitely not about skiing using ski lifts.
All right.
So,
how popular is heli-skiing, by the way?
It's a pretty big industry.
Does it get done out here much?
Well, there's only a handful of operators in the United States that have permits to heli-ski.
Oh, okay.
I'd say the biggest heli-ski business is in British Columbia.
Really?
In Canada.
So that's where most of the people go then if they want to do that?
It is. They have a huge business around it.
Okay. So basically your limitations being just anywhere outside of a ski area, off of the ski lift. Explain to me some of the areas where people are doing, or where you're going maybe, right here nearby the Columbia Gorge.
Sure. Mount Hood has a lot of skiing available to it. The ski areas dominate all the good easy access stuff, but there's still a lot of fun places to go up tour in there, and kind of depending on the time of year, the weather can dictate where you go, sure. and safety as well. But there's a variety of ridge lines around Mount Hood and tree skiing, and then the mountain itself. People certainly ski off the summit year-round, not in the winter quite as often as it happens in spring and summer, but Mount Hood offers a lot of skiing, and it offers skiing pretty much 12 months a year on a reasonable...
And that's pretty unique in and of itself, right?
It is. There's very few. In fact, I think perhaps Whistler up in Canada and Mount Hood, Timberline, are some of the only ski areas that operate year-round.
Yeah. Well, and you guys do a lot of testing of gear in your magazine.
We do.
So I read somewhere like upwards of 60 pairs of skis or something.
Yeah. Every spring we get all of the next season's skis from the various manufacturers, and then we actually test all our skis predominantly at the ski areas. So up at Meadows, I spend a dedicated week with a handful of other skiers running through all the different skis.
So what are the kinds of things, like when you're testing them, what are you testing?
You're looking for just general feel for the ski. Is it playful? Does it like to go fast? Is it easy to turn? And there's more obvious things like its float in soft snow, its ability to edge in firm snows, things like that. So
when you write about that, do any of the companies that you're actually, like Solomon, just throwing them out there, do they pay you to test these, or
no?
Can you say bad things about them too? Can you be completely honest?
Yeah, we are completely honest. A few of the ski companies advertise with us, but I've never been scolded for not saying the right thing about their skis. I would say every ski has a personality, and it's not. It's rare that there is a bad ski these days. There could be a bad ski for a certain type of snow, but for the most part, every ski is good at something, and we try and find what that is. So do you do like downhill and like telemarking skis and... Yeah, skis mostly these days are broken. What we're focusing on is what we consider backcountry skis, and these are skis that more and more alpine ski companies are producing lighter weight, full width, big, they look like alpine skis, but they have a little bit lighter construction, maybe a little softer flex to them for softer, deeper snows. And there aren't too many companies anymore that are making telemark specific skis. That has sort of gone away, and most everybody's making what they call a backcountry ski or a touring minded ski. Okay. Whatever happened with the mono ski? Gladly, I don't know. I used to see guys on that, and I was like, that looks so odd to me. Yeah, it's a very European thing. Is it? Is that where it came from? That's my impression of it. Occasionally, if you see somebody on one, you just, must be European, Yeah. I don't know. It's I've never tried it. Yeah, me either. It basically looks like you're just
buckled in going straight forward on a snowboard. But
it does, yeah.
Anyway, so you guys don't test any snowboards, though?
We don't. I have done reviews of split boards, which is a snowboard that can be separated into two pieces so that you can walk uphill with it, like skis.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are those still in production?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
The company that pioneered it, Volet, is still the primary manufacturer of them. And you can actually buy a kit from these guys and take your your board at home and cut it in half and attach this hardware to it and create your own split board. What it allows you to do is turn your bindings, cut the board into two pieces, and then turn your bindings so they're oriented like ski bindings so you can walk uphill using climbing skins. And then when you get to the top, you put it back together, your bindings turn, and you step into it like a snowboard.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a legitimate tool for ski touring.
Okay.
Yeah.
So kind of going sort of full circle, when you got involved doing the publication, what drove you to want to do that and continue to keep doing it?
Yeah, well, the primary driver behind it is simply my love of skiing, and it rationalized a lot of fun ski trips. But I just felt like there was a hole in the market for a grassroots, keeping it real. A lot of backcountry skiers, the stereotype were sort of these dirt bags and guys mountain living, and I just felt like the ski mags were too glossy and missing the market, so I wanted to put my voice in there.
Yeah. I like a couple of the things that you do on your cover. You have priceless instead of free. Great for starting fires. You have that on there.
Yeah.
So it burns well or something like that.
Exactly, burns well.
Yeah, good stuff. So when we come back from the break, let's talk about the Craig Rats. And before we go to the break, tell me about this video I saw on your website. There's this guy, he's way up somewhere. I don't even know if it's here in the Northwest or not. But he's trying to get locked into his skis.
Oh, yeah.
And tumbles off the cliff and lives. But it looks, you kind of hear him screaming.
Oh, yeah, it puts the butterflies in you. That's just a YouTube video that somebody sent me a link to.
Oh, all right.
And then it's such a crazy scene where this guy steps into his equipment on a summit of a peak and just starts sliding backward and loses control and falls off this precipitous edge.
Yeah.
And must fall hundreds, if not close to 1,000 feet. And the whole time, of course, it's on film because of
he's got like a
technology.
Helmet cam on or something.
It's remarkable. And
he's like, it looks like he's goes over like a big area of rocks.
Yes, multiple rock bands. And then he comes to a stop and looks around.
I know.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. Do you know the after story
by
don't.
Chance? I know. It's classic internet, right?
Yeah, I'd love to know what did he come out with? He had to have some broken bones, but it's like the fact that he could stand up was pretty amazing to me.
I have seen some people take some pretty dramatic falls through rock bands where you think there's no way they're going to stand up, and they kind of shake it off.
Yeah.
And after a good spinal check and just a confirmation that they're not severely injured and they don't know it, keep skiing.
Yeah. Man. Well, we'll talk about injuries and rescues and stuff like that when we come back. So we'll talk about the Craig Rats with Dave Waag. Be right back.
Next, come up to these lost hikers and they're super disoriented to their location and are thankful to see you, but it's always a little awkward.